Hi, I am Aquino. This is MovieMania. And, well, yeah, that's basically what it's called. Sorry. Couldn't really think of a better title, but anyway. I'm here to talk about two big superhero stories that are very near and dear to me. Now, if you haven't heard, last August, Disney bought Marvel Entertainment, which means that they own the rights to, which means that they own Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Studios, and Marvel Comics, just Marvel altogether. And when I heard about that, I thought that was really great news, because they needed their own thing, because if Warner Brothers has DC Comics, then who has Marvel? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's been bought by Disney, and recently they have announced that Disney is going to distribute Marvel's two upcoming films that aren't for next year. They're going to distribute they're going to distribute The Avengers, which is going to be directed by Joss Whedon, and star Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Samuel L. Jackson, Scarlett Johansson. All those guys are going to be in that movie, directed by Joss Whedon, and that's going to be now distributed by Disney. Not just that movie, but also Iron Man 3, believe it or not, which has also been set for May of 2013. Now, originally, they would be distributed by Paramount, but they just finalized the deal last week with Disney and Marvel and Paramount. So, Iron Man 3 and Avengers will now be distributed worldwide by Disney, which I think is actually pretty good, because they need a franchise to distribute, to have their hands on, and I think that would be great. I think that would be perfect for them. And they also announced, but two of Marvel's next movies, Thor and Captain America, will still be distributed by Paramount next year. But after that, their deal with Paramount is done, and they'll move on to Disney. Also, this week they have announced that the third Batman movie by Chris Nolan has finally gotten a title, The Dark Knight Rises. And I think that's actually a pretty cool title. I mean, not that many people like it. Some think it's okay, but I think it's actually pretty cool. I mean, I thought it was originally going to be called The Dark Knight Returns, but apparently they didn't want the next Batman movie to be confused with a Dark Knight story, Batman the Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, which is one of the most acclaimed takes on Batman ever. And apparently, they also announced that it won't be in 3D, and the Riddler won't be the villain. Now first, I think it's good they won't make it in 3D or convert it into 3D, or not have it in 3D altogether, because, let's face it, Batman doesn't deserve to be in 3D. If it's supposed to be more realistic, don't release it in 3D. IMAX is good enough. And as for the Riddler not being the villain, I'm kind of sad, because I hoped he would be the villain. That would have been cool. But apparently he isn't, which means that maybe Joseph Gordon-Levitt won't be able to play him. Oh well. But they recently cast Tom Hardy to be in the movie, who is also in Chris Nolan's Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So, and they also announced that they're looking for a female actress to play Bruce's new love interest, because as we all know, Maggie Gyllenhaal's character Rachel died in The Dark Knight, as we all know, and that means Bruce needs a new love interest. And I just had an idea. What if they could bring back Vicky Vale? And in case you don't know who she is, refer back to the first Batman by Tim Burton, with Jack Nicholson as the Joker and Michael Keaton as Batman. Vicky Vale was, as most people know, was played by Kim Basinger. And if you ask me, they should cast Vicky Vale. And you know who I think should play Vicky Vale? Billie Piper. In case you don't know who she is, she was a singer, a British pop singer, but then she became an actress, and she's most famous for playing Rose Tyler on the BBC series Doctor Who. And she also did 2 movies where she played Sally Lockhart, and she was also in a series called Secret Diary of a Call Girl. And I think she should play Vicky Vale, and they should have Vicky Vale in the next movie, because that would actually be a good nostalgic thing. Because, I mean, that would be pretty cool. So, Chris Nolan, if you're listening, if you want a love interest, reintroduce Vicky Vale and have her be portrayed by Billie Piper. She's a fantastic actress. I think she could be good in that movie. So yeah, those are the 2 big superhero movie news of the past 2 weeks that in the news. So yeah, I'm Aquino. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.